Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome you to another episode of Did You Know This One featuring Talon. A huge thank you to all of you guys for the support that I received on my newest series, League of Myths. But without any further ado, let us jump straight into Talon's abilities. Did you know that Talon's passive only amplifies his auto attack damage, which does not include on-hit effects, for example Sheen or Trinity Force? Talon's Q is known to reveal targets when they're bleeding, which does mean that you will see them when they go into things like bushes. However, keep in mind that this reveal is not considered true sight, which means that it will not reveal stealth champions. As you can see, the Twitch goes invisible while the bleed is on him, and not only do you not see Twitch, but you don't even see the bleeding on the ground. Don't forget that Talon's W ability is the only thing that procs his passive from his kit only. This obviously means that you must use it wisely. The bleed from Talon's Q is physical damage, and it is considered as damage dealt from Talon, which means black cleaver stacks will apply per bleed tick. Just like Talon's W, if Talon dies while he is in the middle of his ultimate, the rest of the damage on his ultimate will completely whiff. Did you know that if Talon dies while his Rake, his W ability, is still out, it will completely stop the rest of the animation? This means that it will not continue to do the damage on the return. Don't forget that Talon's Q is an auto attack reset ability, meaning that you should try to always auto attack first and then use your Q right after for maximum damage output. A very useful thing to remember is that Talon's Q can damage turrets as well, though of course it will not make it bleed. This is very important to remember because this makes Talon a very strong split pusher. Here's a pretty cool one. Spell Shield will not block Talon's jump ability, however it will cancel the silence. A common tactic with Talon is to first use your ultimate and then use your E onto the target, making the chances of your ulti hitting them much higher. Talon's ultimate will hit people on both parts of it when he goes into stealth and also as he comes out of it. Keep this in mind when you're going for your next burst. A typical combo to assassinate your targets can be to use your E first, W, auto attack, use your Q to reset the auto attack duration, and then use your ultimates. However, a slightly different version of this combo, since it can sometimes be hard to use your W right after your E, is to first use your E, auto attack, Q, then W, and then use your ultimates. Alright guys, let us jump into some really cool facts and lore about Talon. Did you know that Talon was designed by someone named Hephastopheles, who also made Jace and Victor? Talon was voiced by someone named Travis Willingham. Apparently, Talon was first named the Blade Rogue, then it got changed to the Shadow's Blade, and then later it got changed into the Blade Shadow. The reasoning for this can be due to the fact of him being a part of the General du Couteau. Couteau of course meaning knife in French, thus meaning that Talon is the shadow of the blade. Did you know that Talon had a different name originally, and even though it was just a placeholder, it was Bertrand? Here's a pretty interesting one. There are a few hints within Talon's original sneak peek suggesting potential relationships with other champions. Taking a closer look at the last panel, you can see that there is a bird on his blade, and this bird looks extremely similar to Swain's bird, Beatrice. Also, the second thing is you can see on the blade that there are black roses around it, potentially referencing to the Black Rose, which is an organization that LeBlanc leads. Talon's dance, of course, is a reference to Michael Jackson's Moonwalk. His passive Mercy refers to mercy killing, which is the act of killing someone quickly to end their agony. Talon's design, appearance, and even his background all seem to reference the main characters of Assassin's Creed. Talon has no abilities that scale off of AP, along with other champions such as Darius, Draven, Garen, Olaf, Riven, Vayne, and Zed. Here's a pretty funny one. In Battle Bunny Riven's artwork, you can actually see Talon in the background. Here's some lore and history about Talon. Talon grew up in the slums of Noxus, stealing to survive until he actually became known as a threat. Assassins were sent to kill him numerous times, but Talon simply killed all of them with ease. Eventually, one of the assassins actually ended up besting Talon, and he was no other than the General du Couteau himself. He offered Talon to live, but he had to serve under him or die, and Talon of course chose to serve. However, under one condition, that he only serves and takes order from the General du Couteau himself, since he's the only person that has ever bested Talon. However, after the General mysteriously vanished, Talon became obsessed with tracking down his general's whereabouts, which ended up leading him into the Institute of War, which is the League of Legends, to find more information about his general. Renegade Talon refers to his life before joining the Couteau family. Crimson Talon of course shows Talon as being part of the Noxus Crimson Elite, which is a Noxian counterpart to the Demacian Commando skins. Did you know that the only other person to share this skin theme is Riven? Dragonblade Talon may reference to Strider from Marvel vs. Capcom series. And of course Riven also shares the Dragonblade theme with Talon. Did you know that Talon and Katarina are allies, since they are both a part of the Cthulhu family? Also, apparently Talon and Quinn are rivals. Alright guys, that does mark the end of this episode of Did You Know featuring Talon. Please do throw in a like if you did enjoy this episode, and also please check out the previous episodes as well. I do have a new series called League of Myths. If you have not seen it, I definitely recommend checking that out as well. I'd also very much appreciate it if you guys were able to follow me on my social media pages, my Facebook, Twitter, and Nook pages. But once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.